While some animals lead lives of sunbathing and frolicking in nature, others sometimes need to survive in conditions that would kill humans. These are the animals of the extreme. Certain animals can withstand the lowest temperatures on the planet, like emperor penguins, which every year march in single file across the ice in order to breed. Incredible resistance. Having laid their eggs, the females return to the sea, leaving the males to keep the eggs warm. 3 months with no food. In the freezing cold of a never-ending night, they huddle together to keep warm. These odd-looking balls of fluff are born in the spring and will have to endure even colder weather until their mothers return. The ocean depths are no more welcoming, and there are many astounding creatures which have found ways of surviving 10,000 meters below the surface in a world without light. In water warmed by deep-sea geysers called hydrothermal vents or black smokers, certain microscopic organisms, crustaceans and fish live and feed on minerals projected by these strange chimney stacks. An ecosystem known as chemiosynthesis. Equally sparse are the high plateaus of the Andes, a world where salt has claimed the earth. Here, there is a little sign of life, save for a flock of flamingos on a migration stopover, and these tiny brine shrimps, the only creatures that can survive in extremely salty water. And a favorite flamingo snack just happens to be salted brine shrimps. The envy of mountaineers. Without ropes or crampons, bharals negotiate the outcrops of the Himalayas with daring and unbelievable ease. With only their 4 little cloven hooves, they make light work of the vertical cliff faces. You really do have to ask yourself how they ended up living here. They seemingly defy the laws of physics to escape from predators, which of course can't follow them to the top. From altitude to the very center of the Earth, life forms have developed in subterranean caves several kilometers deep. Living and dying without ever seeing the sun is the fate of creatures like these cave crayfish, living in the heart of the Earth. From those lacking in light to those which have too much. This desert-dwelling ground squirrel gets so much sun that it uses its bushy tail as a parasol for protection. And no wonder. The sun-baked desert can reach temperatures of 40 to 60 degrees Celsius in the shade. Shade which is sorely lacking, as this lizard, unable to stop for more than a few seconds without burning its feet. And finally, the extreme. Here's a fish that is able to make its home in the heart of the Antarctic pack ice, using natural antifreeze contained in its blood. Whereas some animals spend their entire lives in the most extreme parts of the planet, others decide to venture there when they could easily remain peacefully at home. These are the tenets of the extreme. What animals would be capable of living on the volcanoes of the South Pacific, just a few meters from these gaping mouths which spit out flames and toxic smoke from the Earth's core? None? You're wrong. Gannets prefer to set up their colonies on the warm rocks. This is why in cold and humid parts of the South Hemisphere, some species of gannets are willing to take the risk of living next to a fiery furnace. In the North Pole, Weddell seals who could easily be basking in the sun sometimes prefer to sleep elsewhere. And as incredible as it may seem, they choose to relax and to eat under the ice. They can do so because they are capable of spending a full hour under the water without having to breathe. Although the sky may be blue and the sun shining brightly, this variety of nightingales would rather live in the caves of the Cook Islands near New Zealand. They build their nests in these dark grottos, making it easier for them to escape their predators. During their endless journey, Manchurian cranes, like certain migratory geese, have to cross the highest and most dangerous mountain chain on Earth, the Himalayas. This perilous voyage takes place at an altitude of 8,000 meters against the icy winds at temperatures from 30 to 40 degrees below 0 centigrade. It's a non-stop flight, and some of the birds never return, since they try to go around the mountains, thus making the journey too long and much too exhausting. While it could stay nice and cool in the water, the Piriophalmus would rather slog through the mud in the mangroves for search for food. This strange little amphibian fish can come out of the sea and climb into the mangrove's roots or swallow in these horrible mud puddles. Sounds fishy to me. What a weird idea to challenge the power of the waterfalls which tumbled down from the top of the Cordillera des Andes in South America. But that's nevertheless what these ducks do in search of their favorite snack, little insects. And finally, even more difficult in the deserts of South America, these birds come to lay their eggs in temperatures of 40 to 60 degrees centigrade in the shade. A flat surface enables them to see their predators from a distance, although it also forces them to put up with the unbearable, since the newborns will have to spend their first few days of life between the burning hot sun of the day and the freezing moonlight of the night.